If you're over 60, this one silent mistake could raise your risk of a stroke, not over months or years, but overnight. No warning, no pain. You go to sleep feeling fine, and by morning you can't lift your arm, your speech is slurred, or your balance is gone. As a brain doctor, I've seen it too many times. Patients who did everything right, they exercised, ate healthy, avoided smoking. But the one thing they never questioned, vitamins. Yes, vitamins. The same pills millions of older adults take every day, believing they're protecting their heart, bones, brain. But what if I told you that some of the most common supplements could be quietly putting your brain in danger? What if the bottle you trust most is part of the reason your blood pressure spikes at night, or your nerves begin to fail? In this video, I'll walk you through 5 popular vitamins that could raise your risk of stroke, brain bleeds, nerve damage, or worse, especially when taken the wrong way. You've likely taken at least one of them, and by the end, you may realize the most dangerous thing in your medicine cabinet isn't even a medicine. Let's start with the one no one ever suspects, vitamin K2. Before we dive in, if you haven't subscribed yet, I recommend you hit that button and turn on the bell so you never miss another health tip made just for you. If you enjoy this video, type 1 in the comments. If not, type 0 to let me know how I can make better content for you. 1. Vitamin K2, the bone friend that can betray your brain. When people hear vitamin K2, they think of strength, bones, and protection from fractures. It's marketed in glossy magazines and online ads as the secret weapon against osteoporosis. And for older adults who fear losing their independence, anything that claims to strengthen bones feels like a lifeline. But as a brain doctor who spent decades treating seniors, I'm here to tell you a harsh truth. Vitamin K2, when taken without proper medical supervision, can quietly raise your risk of a deadly stroke, especially when combined with blood-thinning medications. Let me take you inside the story of one of my patients, Mr. Raymond Steele, age 78, a former firefighter from Wisconsin. Ray was strong-willed, sharp, and still proud of his independence. He took warfarin to manage his heart rhythm issues, and his cardiologist monitored him regularly. One day, at the recommendation of a friend, he started taking a high-dose vitamin K2 supplement, for bone health, the bottle said. He thought he was doing everything right, but 3 weeks later, Ray collapsed in his kitchen. His wife found him confused, unable to speak, and with his left side completely limp. At the ER, his brain scan showed a clot lodged in the middle cerebral artery, a massive ischemic stroke. Labs revealed his blood had become too sticky, clotting faster than expected. The warfarin dosage, carefully adjusted over months, had been thrown off balance by the K2, which works directly against blood thinners by promoting coagulation. Ray had unknowingly tipped the scale toward disaster. He survived, but the cost was brutal. Ray now lives in an assisted care facility. He lost most of his speech, can no longer feed himself, and suffers from severe memory decline. His wife told me with tears in her eyes, "We thought we were helping his bones. We never thought we were hurting his brain." What many seniors don't realize is that vitamin K2 influences blood clotting, and when taken in high doses or combined with blood thinners like warfarin, aspirin, or Plavix, it can lead to dangerous blood imbalances. For someone already on medications for the heart or circulation, this can mean the difference between life and lifelong disability. And here's the worst part. Most supplements have no warnings about this interaction. You're left in the dark, trusting a label instead of your body. The silent danger here isn't just the pill, it's the false sense of security. The idea that if it's natural, it's harmless. But in older adults, even a small disruption to blood balance can lead to catastrophe. Stroke isn't always a dramatic event. Sometimes it happens in your sleep, with no pain, no signal, You wake up changed or don't wake up at all. If you're over 65 taking any kind of blood thinner and considering vitamin K2, please stop and talk to your doctor first. Don't trust marketing. Trust your brain. Once it's damaged, no vitamin can bring it back. And if that hasn't shaken you yet, wait until you hear what a common beauty vitamin praised for hair and nails is doing to your heart, your brain, and even your emergency room test results. This next one is even more dangerous because it hides in plain sight. If you're still watching and finding these insights helpful, please comment number 1 below to let me know you're with me. Now let's move on to point number 2. 2. Biotin vitamin B7 makes your hair thicker but may hide a silent killer. Biotin is everywhere these days. It's in hair gummies, nail strengtheners, and anti-aging vitamins marketed specifically to older adults. You've probably seen the ads. Support your hair, skin, and nails naturally. For many seniors, thinning hair feels like a loss of identity, a reminder of aging. So when a bottle promises youthful hair and beauty in a daily capsule, it feels like hope. But what you don't hear, what the glossy labels won't tell you, is that high-dose biotin can dangerously interfere with critical lab tests, especially those used in emergency stroke and heart care. Let me tell you about Mrs. Eleanor Grant, age 76, a retired school secretary from Ohio. She was vibrant, proud of her thick silver hair, and took Biotin 10,000 mcg every day, a dose she picked up from an online ad. "It keeps me looking young," she told me during a routine checkup. Then one morning, Eleanor woke up dizzy, with chest discomfort and blurred vision. Her daughter rushed her to the ER fearing a stroke or heart attack. Here's where it gets terrifying. Her blood tests came back normal. No sign of heart damage, no warning flags. The ER doctors, misled by the results, assumed it was anxiety and sent her home. But it wasn't anxiety. That night, Eleanor suffered a full-blown stroke. When she returned to the hospital, another doctor, this time aware of the biotin risk, repeated the tests using a different method. The true numbers? Sky high. Her heart enzymes were off the charts. Biotin at high doses disrupts the accuracy of blood tests for things like troponin used to diagnose heart attacks, thyroid hormones, and even stroke biomarkers. This means you could be having a heart attack or a stroke, and the lab says you're perfectly fine. You walk out of the hospital right into danger. For seniors, especially those with existing heart issues or stroke risk, this can mean the difference between early treatment and permanent damage. And yet, over-the-counter biotin supplements often contain 5,000, 10,000, even 20,000 micrograms, hundreds of times higher than what the body actually needs. The truth? Most people get all the biotin they need from food: eggs, nuts, whole grains. You don't need the pills. And if you're taking them, especially daily, you're gambling with time. And time is everything during a stroke. Eleanor now walks with a limp and struggles with short-term memory. Her daughter told me, "We thought we were helping her feel beautiful. We never imagined it could almost kill her." And if a simple beauty pill can do that, just wait until you hear how a popular immune vitamin, found in nearly every medicine cabinet, might be silently raising your blood pressure while you sleep. 3. Vitamin C, the immunity booster that can raise your blood pressure while you sleep. For decades, vitamin C has been viewed as a harmless hero, the go-to remedy for colds, immune support, and overall vitality. It's in our orange juice, in chewable tablets, in fizzy powders, and for older adults trying to stay strong through flu season, it feels like a smart, safe choice. But in my years of working with the aging brain, I've seen a darker side to this innocent vitamin, one that most people never suspect. especially not seniors who are most at risk. Too much vitamin C, taken at the wrong time, can quietly raise your blood pressure while you sleep. And for someone over 65, that can be the perfect storm for a stroke. Let me tell you about Mr. Gerald Monroe, age 80, a retired contractor from Ohio. Gerald was a no-nonsense kind of man, kept a neat lawn, drank black coffee, and took care of his own checkbook until the day things changed. He started taking 3,000 milligrams of vitamin C every night before bed, thinking it would boost his immune system while he rested. It was a habit he picked up during the winter months, just a fizzy drink, harmless, or so he thought. But his body told a different story. After a few weeks, Gerald began waking up groggy, lightheaded, and unsteady on his feet. His daughter noticed slurred speech one morning and rushed him to the ER. It wasn't a full stroke, thank God, but it was a transient ischemic attack, a warning shot from his brain. His blood pressure had spiked overnight, and his heart showed signs of stress. The connection? Vitamin C in high doses stimulates adrenal activity, increasing cortisol, the stress hormone. Cortisol naturally rises in the early morning hours, but when you add megadoses of vitamin C, especially before bed, it can amplify this effect, causing blood vessels to constrict, pressure to rise, and oxygen to drop, all while you sleep. For older adults with fragile vessels or heart conditions, it's a time bomb ticking silently. Gerald never imagined something so common could be so dangerous. I thought I was doing everything right, he told me during recovery, but the cost was steep. He lost his ability to drive. He walks with a cane now. And every night, he wonders if the next morning will be the one where his mind doesn't come back. The recommended daily allowance for seniors is around 75-90 milligrams a day, and yet many over-the-counter packets contain 1,000 to 3,000 milligrams, often taken multiple times daily. That's not support. That's stress in disguise. So before you reach for that next immune booster, ask yourself, is it truly helping or pushing your heart and brain to the edge? And if you think vitamin C is risky, wait until you hear about a mineral found in nearly every sleep supplement that may be setting you up for dangerous falls and late-night emergencies. Magnesium may not be as gentle as it seems. If you're still watching and finding these insights valuable, please comment number 1 below to let me know you're here. Now let's keep going with point number 4. 4. Magnesium. Good for the heart, but a hidden risk to your balance and brain. Magnesium has quietly become one of the most popular supplements among older adults, especially for those who struggle with sleep, leg cramps, or nighttime anxiety. It's often sold as a gentle, natural way to calm the nerves, relax the muscles, and drift into peaceful rest. But in my practice, I've seen a darker side of magnesium, a side that has left some seniors hospitalized, bruised, or even permanently injured. When taken in high doses or at the wrong time, magnesium can cause dangerous drops in blood pressure, leading to sudden dizziness, blackouts, and falls. One of my patients, Mrs. Linda Callahan, age 84, came into my office after a frightening event. Linda had always been independent, still gardening and driving short distances. She had started taking 400 milligrams of magnesium citrate each night after reading it could help her sleep. It helped me feel calm, she said, but sometimes I'd feel lightheaded when I got up to use the bathroom. Then one night, she stood up and never made it to the door. Her blood pressure had plunged. She fell hard onto the tile floor, fracturing her hip and suffering a mild concussion. The hospital called it orthostatic hypotension, a sudden drop in blood pressure when standing. But the real cause? Magnesium overload combined with age-related vascular stiffness and nighttime dehydration. Her nervous system simply couldn't compensate fast enough, and gravity did the rest. Linda survived, but the price was steep. Months of rehab. No more living alone. Her confidence shattered. Her independence gone. I just wanted a better night's sleep, she told me quietly, not to lose my home. What most people don't realize is that magnesium, while essential, becomes more potent and less predictable as we age. Our kidneys process it slower, our blood vessels don't respond as quickly, and when taken at night, especially after dinner or alongside sleep aids or blood pressure medication, it can magnify its effect and tip the body into dangerous territory. For seniors, anything over 350 milligrams per day should be treated with caution, and no supplement should ever make you feel dizzy or unsteady. Those gentle sleep aids may be silently setting you up for a fall. And at our age, one fall can change everything. And and if you think a fractured hip is frightening, just wait until I tell you about the last vitamin, a so-called circulation booster that's still being marketed as heart healthy, even though it's sent more than a few seniors straight to the ER. What it does to your blood vessels will shock you. 5. Vitamin B6, meant to sharpen your mind, but can slowly destroy your nerves. Vitamin B6 is often seen as a brain booster. It's included in countless supplements marketed to older adults for memory, nerve support, even energy. The labels say it promotes focus, protects against neuropathy, and keeps your brain young. For seniors facing the very real fear of memory loss or dementia, it feels like a smart preventive step. But few people realize that in high doses, especially over long periods, vitamin B6 can do the exact opposite. It can silently damage your nerves, sometimes permanently. I remember Mr. Carl Patterson, age 79, a retired auto mechanic from Pennsylvania. He came into my office with what he described as clumsy feet. He kept tripping over rugs, feeling numbness in his toes, and occasionally felt tingling in his hands. At first, he assumed it was age or maybe a pinched nerve, but as we looked deeper, the truth shocked him, and me. Carl had been taking a nerve and brain support supplement he bought online. It had 100 milligrams of vitamin B6 per tablet, and he was taking 2 per day, every day, for almost a year. That's 20 times the recommended amount for seniors. What most people don't know is that vitamin B6, when taken in high doses, becomes toxic to the nervous system. It begins to strip away the protective coating around your nerves, like fraying the insulation on an electrical wire. The damage is slow, quiet, and deeply deceptive. Tingling, weakness, trouble walking, and if not stopped in time, the damage can be permanent. In Carl's case, the nerve damage had already set in. We stopped the supplement immediately, and with physical therapy, he was able to regain some strength. But he still uses a cane. He doesn't drive anymore, and he told me something I'll never forget. I thought I was protecting my brain. I didn't know I was poisoning it. The recommended daily intake of vitamin B6 for older adults is around 1.7 milligrams per day. That includes what you get naturally through food. Yet many over-the-counter supplements contain 50, 100, or even 200 milligrams, far beyond what your body needs or can handle. And most seniors aren't told that B6 toxicity builds up over time. You don't feel it until it's too late. So if you're taking anything labeled brain support, nerve health, or energy booster, read the label and read it closely, because the very thing you hope will preserve your independence might be taking it away, one nerve at a time. And now, the question I hear most: if these vitamins are risky, what should I do instead? You're about to find out, because the answer isn't in another pill, it's on your plate. Let me show you why real food may be the most powerful brain protector you've never considered. 6. So what should you do instead? Return to real food. After hearing the real dangers of common vitamins, it's natural to feel overwhelmed or even betrayed. You were told they would protect you, your memory, your heart, your bones. But behind every shiny label and promise of vitality, there can be risks that no one warned you about. So now the question becomes, if pills can hurt me, what can actually help me? Here's the truth your body has been trying to tell you all along. You were never designed to run on isolated nutrients in capsules. Your brain, your heart, your nerves, they thrive on real, whole food, not megadoses, not powders, but actual meals your cells can recognize, absorb, and use the way nature intended. I think of one of my patients, Mrs. Margaret Wells, 73, a retired school teacher from Arizona. When she first came to see me, she brought a large tote bag filled with bottles, vitamin D, E, B complex, omega 3s, memory support blends, circulation boosters. Her morning routine looked more like a pharmacy than a breakfast table, and yet she felt tired. Her blood pressure kept climbing, her balance was off, nothing made sense until we took a radical step. We cleared the clutter, we replaced the pills with food. Her new breakfast? One boiled egg for protein, half an avocado for healthy fats, a slice of whole grain toast for steady energy, a handful of blueberries, rich in brain protecting antioxidants, and a tall glass of room temperature water to start her day with hydration. That was it. No pills, no confusion. Within a few weeks, her balance improved. Her blood pressure stabilized. Her energy came back. She looked at me and said, "Doc, I feel like myself again, but clearer." This isn't magic. It's biology. Your body doesn't want excess. It wants balance. It doesn't need synthetic forms. It needs synergy. Real food carries vitamins and minerals in the exact forms, ratios, and combinations your body was built to use. And most importantly, real food doesn't come with hidden dangers. So before you add another supplement to your shelf, ask yourself, could your answer already be in your kitchen? Because in the end, it's not about how many pills you take. It's about whether your body understands and trusts what you give it. And if you've been wondering, then what's the final step to protect my brain at this age? Stay with me. What I'm about to share next may be the most important decision you make for your health this year. Final wake-up call. Awareness is the strongest medicine you'll ever take. At this stage in life, every choice carries more weight. The small decisions, what you eat, what pill you take, when you take it, can mean the difference between a healthy tomorrow and a silent tragedy overnight. And yet, many older adults are handed bottles of hope without understanding the hidden risks inside. You've been told that vitamins are safe, that more is better, that if it comes from a health store, it must be helping. But the truth is far more sobering. Your body at 70, 80, or 90 doesn't work the way it did at 40. Your kidneys filter slower. Your blood vessels are more fragile. Your nervous system is less forgiving. What once helped you could now quietly harm you, and you may not even feel it until it's too late. I've seen too many good people, smart people, walk into my clinic after a fall, a stroke, or a memory lapse, caused not by disease, but by a well-meaning habit they thought was helping. The cost? Independence, speech, movement, sometimes even their lives. But here's the hope. You're not powerless. You can ask questions. You can read labels. You can speak with your doctor before adding a supplement. And most importantly, you can choose food over fear, clarity over confusion, and awareness over assumption. You only get one brain, one body. At this age, there is no room for blind trust. Let this be your moment of clarity. The best medicine isn't hidden in a capsule. It's found in knowledge, in mindful living, and in the courage to say, I deserve to understand what I put into my body. Because when you know better, you do better. and it's never too late to protect the life you still have ahead. These lessons are meant to inspire you to live fully and authentically. Now, I'd love to hear from you. Take a moment to reflect and share one thing you've learned and plan to apply in your own life. Let's support each other on this journey toward embracing these truths. If you enjoyed this video, please leave a comment with 1. If not, feel free to comment with 0. Your feedback means a lot to us. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to our YouTube channel for more content like this. Thank you for watching, and here's to living life on your own terms.